Useful shortcuts of Microsoft Excel with which we can select, insert, and delete an entire column or even multiple columns on a worksheet. Hey guys! Welcome to this new video from Abacus. Let's take a look at our sample data before we work with the shortcuts. Just to keep things simple in this tutorial, we will use the list of movies of singer and actress Lady Gaga. In real life, of course, your data could be anything, like sales, personnel, inventory, and so on. Our data is pretty simple. Just 3 columns. The first column has the year in which the movie was released. The second column has the movie name. And the third column shows the name of Lady Gaga's character in the movie. The topmost row has column header labels. And the entire data is sorted in descending order of the year of release. So here's our first shortcut. To select an entire column on a worksheet, first we should select a single cell in that column. We can click in the cell with our mouse, or we can use arrow keys to reach there. Now hold down the Control key and press the spacebar, and this selects the whole column. To deselect this column, first release the Control key. Then you can click anywhere on the sheet with your mouse or use the arrow keys. Now suppose we want to select more than one column. Then what do? For this, first I will select any one column. Release the Control key. Then I can hold down the Shift key and use the left or right arrow key. And you can see how multiple columns are getting selected. Press the left or right arrow key as many times as the number of columns you want to select. Now you can do something with the selected columns, like changing their color or applying a border. To deselect the columns, first release the Shift key. Then, click anywhere on the worksheet with your mouse or press one of the arrow keys. One thing I would like to mention at this point is that at many places in this video, I talk about using the Control key. That's because I am using a Windows computer. If you are on a Mac, you can use the Command key instead of the Control key. All other steps will remain the same. Now, let's look at our second shortcut. This one is for inserting an entire column on the worksheet. To do this, first we have to select that column where we want the new column to appear. Take care that after selecting the column, you should not press any key and you should not click anywhere with your mouse. Now just after selecting the column, hold down the Control key and press the plus key. You can hit the plus key on the numpad, or you can hold down the Shift key along with the Control key and press the equal to key. And we see that a new blank column appears on the worksheet. There are a couple of things to notice here. First, the column we had selected earlier, and all the data on the right of it, have moved to the right of the newly inserted column. And second, the newly inserted column is automatically selected. To deselect this column, first release all other keys, then press one of the arrow keys, or click somewhere on the worksheet with the mouse. Let's use this new column to list the names of directors of these movies. For her latest movie, Joker, Folie, deux, we know the director is Todd Phillips, so let me add that here. The 2021 movie, House of Gucci, was directed by Ridley Scott, so let's add his name, and so on, we can add our data. Now, what do we do if we want to insert more than one column? For this, once you select the first column, hold down the Control key and keep pressing the plus key. Press the plus key as many times as the number of columns you want to insert. So that's the shortcut to insert multiple columns on a worksheet. Now before we move forward, let me delete these blank columns. Now Excel has shortcuts even for deleting an entire column from the worksheet. Let's take a look. To delete a column, first we have to select it. So Control and spacebar. Now, notice that if I just hit the Delete key, it will clear the data from the column. But the column itself stays on the worksheet. Let me undo this with a Control-Z to completely remove a column from the worksheet and adjust the other columns. We first select that column. Be careful not to click anywhere or press any other key. Now hold down the Control key and press the minus key. We can see that the column is removed from the worksheet. Also notice that all the other columns that were to the right of the deleted column have moved left by one column. In the same manner, we have a shortcut for deleting multiple columns. For this, first we have to select all the columns that we want to delete, So first, select one column. Then, as we saw earlier in this video, I can hold down the Shift key and press the right or left arrow keys to select multiple columns. Now release the Shift key, hold down the Control key, and press the minus key. And we see that all the selected columns are deleted. And that, my friends, is how we can delete multiple columns with keyboard shortcuts. If you like this topic and the video, I request you to hit the like button and share this video with your friends. Also, please subscribe to this channel and hit the bell icon so you get notification about the latest videos. Also, in the description of this video, there are links to some books on Excel. I request you to check those out. There you can find more advanced techniques and uses of Microsoft Excel. Let's get on with this video now. We will use the shortcuts we have learnt so far to edit and update our table of data. Let's add the columns for names of the director and the producer for each movie. I will insert two new columns, Control and Spacebar to select one column, Control and plus twice to insert two new columns. We will put names of the director of the movie and the producer of the movie. We had added the directors earlier. Let me type in their names again. For Folie, Deux, it was Todd Phillips, and for House of Gucci, it was Ridley Scott. As for producers, each movie has multiple producers, but for now, I'll add just one name for each movie. We have Joseph Garner for Folie, Deux, and Mark Huffam for House of Gucci. And in the same way, we can add the names for all the movies. Now suppose we wanted to move these names to the left of the movie's names. One option would be to delete the two columns, then insert two new columns to the left of the movie name column. Then, type all the data again. However, Excel has a shortcut to move entire columns of data. Let's take a look. First, we select the columns that we want to move. Select one column, then hold down the Shift key and use the right or left arrow keys to select more columns. Release all keys. Then hold down the Control key and press X. So we are cutting the columns from their current position. Note that I had selected the rightmost column first, then the columns to the left. But the order of selection does not matter. When moving the columns, Excel will move them in the correct order. Now we go to the column where we want the selected columns to appear. Then select this entire column. At this stage, be careful about two things. First, we have to select the entire column. Just selecting one cell will not work. And second, the columns that we are moving will be inserted to the left of this selected column. Once we have the column selected, release all other keys, hold down the Control key, and press the plus key. Remember, we can use the plus key on the numpad or hold down the Shift key and press the equal to key. When using these shortcuts, please keep in mind that they edit an entire column from the top to the bottom of a worksheet. So if you have any data under your original table, that data might move or get deleted. So please exercise some caution when using these shortcuts. These shortcuts are most useful when you are editing huge tables, like the ones that have 40 to 50 or more columns and hundreds of rows. I hope you found this video useful. See you soon with another video. Till then, take care and goodbye.